This is so freaking cute. Like, Kaguya acting like she did in that later half of the episode was so adorable. I just fell in love. Like, holy crap, just the sheer difference in Kaguya's personality when she's sick blew my mind. Like, I always thought Chica was cute. Like, seeing how she interacted at the beginning of this episode, I was gonna probably start talking about that right off the bat. But Kaguya, what she did, or how she was acting, and how she was in the bed acting all cute, like the whole bed scene with the blankets up and all that, and she's just looking, she's like, president or whatever, she's like, sickly, I'm just like, oh my god, like, she is too cute. Like, the animators, the people working on the show really are just showing their skill when it comes to this series, which, by the way, I want to get right into that. This episode perfectly shows how amazing Kaguya-sama Love is War. And what I mean by that is, it's not just the story and, like, the original work, it's the fact that the voice acting is so amazing, fits the characters, and the range of the main female character, Kaguya, how she's able to shift from a very condescending voice to, a normal voice, to a very cutesy, sickly type girl voice. Just the range on that voice actor is absolutely insane. But it doesn't just stop there. All the other voice actors, like Hayasaka, I think that's her name, her voice acting, how she interacts with Kaguya, to, Miyuki, how he is, or Ishigami, Chika, they all have really good voice actors that know how to kind of change their acting range at, a flip of a coin. It's so impressive that, honestly, I just can't help but just praise the quality of this anime adaptation. But it doesn't just stop there. The art and animation, too, is really what I love as well. It really gives life to this series, because I have taken a glance at the manga. I have not read ahead, don't worry, but I have taken a glance at the manga. I've seen some, things and all that, and I can definitely see that the people working on this definitely loves Kaguya-sama. There's a lot of passion put into this series, and, a lot of anime recently I have been looking at, you can see there's some passion from some studios that really like what they're working on. Like, My Hero Academia is a good example, or, Mob Psycho 100, this right here. There's a lot of passion from certain studios from this anime season that I appreciate, and I think many watching Kaguya-sama, if you're a probably original fan of a manga reader or whatever, most likely you just have fallen in love with this anime adaptation, because it just brings these characters to life, and honestly, it surpasses the manga in some aspects, at least from what I have read. But, getting right into it though, the studio needs praised, because this episode was just so good with the way it had its transitions to the other scene, the next segment of the story, from, the beginning sequence with, Chica's like, oh no, the lightning and all that, protect my belly button, and then you have Kaguya, like, blocking her ears, covering her eyes and all that. It was super adorable. And then you see the episode progress to where Kaguya is actually sick, she gets sick, has to stay home, and then eventually you have this game happen, like this game with cards, and then, Miyuki goes to where Kaguya is and actually sleeps in her bed. There's just a lot in this episode, a lot of progression, and I want to praise this story and the studio working on the way they're able to do these little details left and right. But okay, let's get right into one of the big things that happened in this episode, and that is Miyuki and Kaguya's relationship growing. This is probably one of the most important aspects of this episode, and the reason why is because Kaguya-sama Love is War is technically a romance story, a rom-com romance story, whatever. It's mainly about Kaguya and Miyuki eventually getting together. And seeing that sequence with Miyuki in the same room / bed as Kaguya, that means a lot, because even if Kaguya will not remember what happened, Miyuki remembers, which definitely means that there is some progression. You got to see a little bit more of an honest side of Kaguya, her, personality, how she is when she isn't just being so serious like she is at school. You got to see her with all her barriers and her guard lowered and all that, and I think that's really going to awaken him to realize that Kaguya, she does love him, she has feelings for him, and I think he's going to become very aware of that because of what happened at the end of this episode. And the whole bed scene, too, is just a big step for their relationship, because, the man he chilled, and he was there for Kaguya when she needed him, and when she woke up, obviously, she was shocked and scared a little bit, but he was there for her, and he, probably made her very happy just being there, the presence of him being there, which, by the way, I think he's gonna get sick. I do want to state that I do believe that Miyuki's probably going to get sick, because he was close to Kaguya, and if I know anything when it comes to series like this, usually there's reversal type stuff, and I could see, our main male character, Miyuki, getting sick thanks to Kaguya, and then Kaguya wanting to help him out because she's the one that got him sick. I could see something like that happening, but getting back on topic, though, I really love the progression, and I want more of it. Which, by the way, that entire sequence would not have happened if it wasn't for Hayasaki, Hayasaka, I think that's Saka, or not Saki. If I'm messing it up, forgive me. But that character, she definitely is kind of like best girl. Like, even though Chika's amazing, Kaguya's best girl, Hayasaka is probably one of the best support characters from this anime season. I mean, she legit got Miyuki to have some progression with Kaguya. If it wasn't for her, there wouldn't have been as much progression in this episode that there was without her. So, I appreciate that. I appreciate the character, because if this would be a normal series, you wouldn't have a support kind of pushing these characters together. You would just have a constant, drawn-out story to where they're never going to really interact much until, towards the end of the series. So, once again, I appreciate it. Now, I want to talk about the beginning sequence when it comes to Chika. Chika's sequence with the lightning and how she was covering her belly button and all that. I was just in utter shock, because I opened up the episode, I'm just sitting here drinking coffee and all that, and all of a sudden she's like, screaming, and she's covering her belly button. I actually spit out my coffee. I had to actually clean it up. It's a big problem, actually. I had to legitimately clean my keyboard here. It's pretty bad. But the point is that I laughed. I had a good laugh from way Chika reacted towards the lightning and how Kaguya was protecting her and all that. And then the whole scene with, Miyuki and how he wanted to figure out a way to get home and all that. And Kaguya blocked Chika's, ears where she wouldn't be able to hear him, or, say, hey, you can have a taxi or whatever. Just a very entertaining segment. And I just like how, once again, Chika, she is constantly getting in the way, but Kaguya was actually able to get rid of Chika before she is at chaos in trying to, sabotage Kaguya and Miyuki's relationship. Which, by the way, the whole sequence with when Kaguya got sick and they were trying to figure out who was going to go to visit Kaguya, Chika had such a shining moment of this episode that I couldn't help but just be amazed by what Ishigami did. Like, the whole shame, 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 shame. I couldn't help but be reminded of the Game of Thrones sequence with the shame, shame, shame. If you've ever watched Game of Thrones, you know what I'm talking about. But seeing that sequence, though, and how Ishigami was bullying Chika, like, shame on you, or, analog gamers, or, disgrace or whatever, and cheaters, I'm just like, oh my god. I mean, I guess he's getting back at Chika because she was kind of really going after that man a couple episodes back. So I guess, it's warranted that he would go back at her. And, by the way, Chika getting caught and then the president actually using her strategy against her was probably one of the funniest moments of the episode, because of just how the man rolled with her cheating strategy and she couldn't really do anything about it. She really wanted to, see Kaguya while she was sick. It does prove a lot of how unique that Kaguya is and how different it is, and how many don't really get to see that side of her often. And so I'm glad Miyuki was able to win and actually get to see her at the end of the day. Okay, anything else really left to talk about? Oh yeah, and one last thing, if the president somehow does manage to get sick, I wonder if it's going to be a very similar circumstances to what happened to Kaguya in this episode. Like, will he be someone that's controlled by impulses or whatever, act very cutish or whatever, or will he be just completely different in, the standard sick character you would see in an anime? I am kind of curious about that and how he will be depicted if he does, manage to get sick, or will he just go to school while being sick? I am kind of curious about that because of how his character is. He is a little bit of a workaholic. I guess that's pretty much about it, actually. So, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. If you like this video, please leave a like. And if you want to get notified for whenever I upload a video, please click the bell icon down below, because for some reason, even if you click the subscribe button, you don't always get notified. So if you do want to get notified, hit that bell icon down below. Also, this doesn't just go for me, this goes for all YouTubers on the platform, because, you know, if you want to get notified from, you know, a YouTuber you care about, at the very least, hit the bell icon for them, even if you don't do it for me. And so with that, I love you guys. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe, stay healthy. Chibi out.